up? What's up? Just trying to get some new tag on. Notice old Florida tag. It gotta go, you know? Yeah, sneak peek. You're not ready. You're not ready. I'll show ya. Sneak peek. Ooh. Right, we done. It's time for a long overdue conversation. And in order to do that, I need a little juice in my system because it's going to be a long story. I do not have grenadine. It don't even matter though. It don't matter. We about to get right. Kind of thick, but she gonna get in there, boy. Get up in there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do your thing, girl. Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all? Not the real Will Smith. And yeah, I'm back after a 2-month, 3-month,
Few moments later.
3-month hiatus, right? Y'all seen the thumbnail, y'all seen the title, and you know I got some explaining to do. And no better way to explain why I've been gone by having the corona with you guys. So come on, man. Come on, man. One sip. One drink. I'm overworked, off duty. All right, so where do we begin? If you guys are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I definitely appreciate you for just coming on here and just looking at my content, man. You know, I'm not a big YouTuber by any means, but any interaction that I have, whether it's people looking at my videos or people commenting on it, you know, just any love, just a like. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I think we're currently at 1,174 or 1,175. So that is a big deal, y'all. Big deal. But anyways, as I was saying earlier, my name is Will, not the real Will Smith. 27 years old. I love cars. My YouTube is surrounded by cars, but I also do some personal vlogs and things like that so that you guys can get to know me outside of the scope of what my passion is, you know? A lot of people, you know, they try to separate what their YouTube is about and then their personal life. I try to keep it together. I mean, eventually if I, you know, blow up and things like that. But for the most part, I'm going to keep my passion and my personal life together for now. I don't really post a lot of personal stuff anyways, but yeah, just a little bit about me. Used to be pre-military, graduated North Carolina A&T, have 2 bachelor degrees, no kids, no wife, you know, just chilling right now. But I say that to say it's going to lead up to, you know, why I'm here in this space right now. As you guys can see, probably a little rucksack back there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if not, you know, it's a little idea of what I got going on. So I want to fast forward to about January, February this year. So I'm working at Target. In March of this year would make a year since I've been working at Target. So, you know, I'm learning a lot of things. I'm in real good with my store manager. We had a new store manager that came in, but she knows my work ethic as well. And my management team, I was in fulfillment at Target. So just, you know, fulfilling customers' orders, whether it had to go out to the front for drive up or whether it had to be in the back to be shipped off, right? People place orders all the time to be sent to their house. So I was that guy that did it all. Also learned other departments as well, but job that I got hired for was fulfillment. So again, January, you know, I'm looking at management for Target, and by the end of January, beginning of February, I'm talking to my managers, and I'm like, hey, this is something I want to do. Prior to January, I didn't want to do it because I had some toxic leadership, but that leadership got quickly pushed out of Target, so I didn't have to worry about that anymore. So they're like, you know what, again, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm in a leadership position. I forgot what they call it, but I was kind of like a trainer. It's a specific word for it. But any of the new guys that would come in, they would train under me and pretty much just learn that fulfillment job. And I was a guy that had multiple hats, so I could jump around with different positions and help out as needed. But I wasn't necessarily happy. I loved the job, I loved the people, but the pay wasn't where it needed to be. And I felt that, I was doing a lot of overtime just to make extra money, but I was just sacrificing so much of my time just to be drained out outside of work, if that makes sense. So I'm all ramped up for work, I get home, I'm sleepy, I want to hang out. I have a personal life, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think that it was a good balance at all. I don't think it was a good trade-off. So I felt that the good trade-off would be that I move up to management, make more money, and that way I don't have to work as many hours because, we get paid by the hour until you are, I think, store director or one level below to where it is salary. Yeah, an executive team leader. So that's the assistants, or in my case, my executive team leader, or ETL, was over my specific department. Those are the only salary positions, as long as you're talking about store level positions. Anything higher than that, corporate level, I'm pretty sure all of that stuff is salary. All those positions are salary, but again, I'm just talking about Target. So, like I said, I wasn't happy. I had different management coming in and out. At the lower levels, just regular team leaders, they're hourly as well. They see my work potential and things like that. And it was like, just pretty much just keep working. We put in a word into our store manager, and pretty much, you're kind of like one of the top picks, which I was like, cool. But my issue was that they just weren't moving fast enough. And I was doing Instacart on the side as well. And I trade Forex. If you want to know more about that, just shoot me a DM. Any questions about that, can definitely get you in touch with my team, But I had other sources of income outside of Target. There's things that I want to do, aspirations. If you guys are new to the channel, everyone knows that my next car, actually my dream truck, is a Jeep Cherokee SRT, just the regular V8, not the supercharged track haul. So, there's things that I was working towards, and I don't ask for handouts or anything like that. So I'm a hard charger. I'm just working. So fast forward, it gets to about May or June, and I'm seeing that they're bringing new managers in from outside companies like Walmart, and they're hiring from within as well. Promoting from within, but it wasn't me, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm not one to bug people, but I know that my management and my department, they noticed that I wasn't happy, and I would tell them like, hey, again, I love this job, I love what I'm doing, I love the people that's around me, but I'm not happy with my pay. I'm not happy with the position that I'm in right now. Like, I can do management level work, but I'm not getting paid for it. So eventually, I started straying away from the dynamic of maybe Target being a career choice. Maybe I get promoted a little higher, right? Like, I was out of that mindset. So I'm looking at federal positions. I've been looking at federal positions, but I was real dead set on it around May, June area of this year. So I seen this specific job, a bunch of different jobs, stuck out to me that were federal. But the specific job was like a contracting job. And I've never done a contracting job before, but I was curious about it because it paid really good, per hour. We moved different locations, but I think the main location that they were working out of was overseas. So that kind of was iffy to me. So I kind of moved on to a different contracting job. And this contracting job was a chemical contracting job. So you're dealing with the government, you're dealing with the military. But all I can say about that is that you're dealing with chemical elements as a civilian in support of military operations, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. A lot of stuff is secret information. I can't go into depth past that, but anything that I'm saying is pretty much general knowledge. So again, I'm looking at a chemical contracting job, supporting the military, just armed forces, it's pretty general. And I was like, this looks good. So I went ahead and applied to it, didn't think nothing of it. And about maybe a week and a half later, a recruiter called me. The recruiter was like, hey, I'm seeing your resume. I've seen that this is the position that you applied for. So, would you like to come in for an interview? So I said, cool, right? Again, I don't know who the recruiter is. I just, go in for an interview. So I go up there and this guy's dressed in fatigues. And I was like, oh, if you aren't familiar with what fatigues are, it's just duty uniform that military personnel wear. So I was like, you're a recruiter for, this branch of the military. He was an Army recruiter, by the way. And he was like, yeah, but there's a liaison that was there with him that actually deals with contractors as well. Like right there. It was very strange to me. And he's an active duty recruiter. So as you guys know, people that do know, I used to be in the National Guard for about 7.5 years. And I, wasn't really familiar with like the active duty lifestyle. I've never done it. I've been on active orders, but it's not the same as literally being active duty. Like you're doing this stuff every day. So I'm speaking to this recruiter. I'm speaking to this recruiter, and I spoke to the liaison as well, the person that deals with the contracted civilians that are coming to that, and it DoD, Department of Defense contractors. And I explained to him that's what I wanted to do. I also told him that I didn't want to do any of the military side stuff, meaning I didn't want to be in fatigues. I just wanted to, be a contractor. So they're like, okay, cool, this is where the training is at. It's out in Missouri, and it's also where like regular soldiers train, basic training soldiers, they go into chemical, or if they go into engineering, right? Just like some simple branches that some of these soldiers train for. I would just be at the same base. So I said, cool. So I do all the paperwork, and by the way, if you're applying to like a DoD position, it's a little more work than you applying to like the regular military, but a lot of stuff, if you are prior military, is pretty much the same if you're ever thinking about transferring over to a DoD job or just a contracting job in general by the government. So go ahead and do all of that. I go ship out. Everything is real smooth. I get to the area where I'm training at, and they have us in process at in Missouri. So when you're in process, you go through different, I forgot what it's called, but it's like different steps, like maybe dental or finance, whatever the case may be. You have those different sectors that you have to in process with. And I got to the personnel section, which is just like your personnel brief. They're literally going over all the paperwork that you've used to like come into the job, the stuff that they have on record. And they just want to make sure that everything is correct. And they had a breakdown of the benefits that contractors get versus the benefits that the military personnel get. So I had a choice right then and there to switch, to decide whether I wanted to stay like on the DoD side as a civilian, or if I wanted to go on the DoD side as military personnel, which was very strange to me. I've never done it before, but if you're dealing with the same job, it's very possible, Now, if I was like going from civilian to military and it was like a totally different job, I don't think that's even possible. I don't think that's how that works. But for chemicals specifically, chemical is a very small branch in the military if that's something that you choose to do. So the switch was like, it's seamless, it's nothing. So I looked at all the benefits and things like that, and I realized me being a single soldier, I got more benefits on the military side than I did as a contractor, because the contractors get paid more up front. So there's not as many benefits. They're there, but they have to pay for them. As opposed to being in the military, their benefits are there, the pay is a little lower, but all your benefits are kind of just given to you. It's kind of right there. Depending where you're at, if you're active duty, everything is there on base or whatever duty station you choose to go to. So I made a decision right then and there to just, be in fatigues, to actually go back into the Army, recruiting wise. not recruiting wise, excuse me, go back in the Army as a chemical MOS or a chemical job. So I spoke back to my recruiter, back at home, because mind you, I'm already out in Missouri. And he was like, okay, cool, everything's fine with that. Just make sure you do your paperwork there so they can transfer everything over seamlessly, right? So that's pretty much how it went. During this whole time, I went through training. I was very happy. There's some things that happened out there that I can actually say for a different day, different type of story time. But for the most part, it was great. I was what was called a MOST, so I was a prior service soldier, coming back in a different component of the military. So I went from guard to active duty, so they're called MOSTs, because you've already been qualified in one MOS, but now you're going to be qualified in another one. So that's what I did. Like I said, it was a great experience. I truly enjoyed it, and I didn't realize how much I missed soldiering until I went back into training with soldiers that have never done it before, and it was a great learning point on my end, just interacting with younger soldiers, because now I'm a lot older, and also just learning a new job, is different. And being active duty, like, yes, it was in training, but now I'm active duty, and I'm actually in New York at Fort Drum with fuck. Anyways, yeah, I forgot. But like I said, I'm here stationed active duty at Fort Drum. I'm actually in a distro platoon, but I'm a chemical sergeant. I'm E5, and I actually have access of the Seaburn cage that I'm signed out to. It's just a chem cage, gas mask, and little things like that. So, do I like it here? So far so good, I'm not really a fan of the cold. It's been a little chilly, borderline uncomfortable, but nothing like crazy yet. But it will be. I was gonna let you guys know that this is where I'm currently at. I'll give you much more information on, day-to-day activities and things like that. I might do like a little military series. There's a lot of guys out there that's very curious, especially for my MOSTs. Like, if you were prior service MOST and you were E5, there's some things that you definitely need to know going into trade op if you're going back to training, because things have changed since the last time you were in, I guarantee you, unless you didn't have a break in service. So, yeah. If I was boring you guys, I'm sorry, but if you guys are still here, it is a great thing, because you guys were not bored, or you guys are just looking for some more information. I don't know, but yes, I definitely appreciate you guys for watching my content as always. And again, to my OG subscribers, I definitely apologize to you guys, because honestly, you guys didn't deserve it. You guys are just so loyal. You lose subscribers along the way. Things happen. It's called fruition. But I've gained more subscribers than I've lost in 2-3 months. And it just keeps growing. A lot of people like to watch my old videos, which is great. It's a great thing. And I'm truly grateful and truly blessed that you guys, again, watch my content. So, as usual, make sure that you guys like and subscribe this video. Make sure you subscribe to my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, NTR_Will Smith. I actually had that posted. And if you have any questions, shoot me a DM, or just message me right under this video. I love you guys. I'm gonna finish drinking my Corona. And remember what my patch means, because that's pretty important. All right, love ya. Peace.